and. This video is about how Latin expresses the simple conjunction and. And this might seem like a pretty simple topic, but Latin has some complexity that makes this somewhat interesting. So there are a few words for and in Latin. The first one, and the most basic one, is the word et. It's this word that gives us the French e, the Spanish y, the Italian e, and others. So in this phrase, scriptum senatui et populo, written to the Senate and people, the et connects the senatui to the populo. When Cicero wants to describe a decree of the Senate, he says, vehemens et grave, strong and heavy with authority. And the et connects both adjectives. We can also connect two actions with et. So from Catullus, sole socedere et redire possunt. Suns can set and rise again. And the et connects the infinitives occidere and redire. And we can even connect two clauses together with et. From Caesar, is conjurationem fecit et civitati persuasit. He made a conspiracy and persuaded the citizenry, with the et connecting the first clause to the second. Okay, basic and easy. Good. You'll also run across the word atque, sometimes shortened to ac only before consonants, which is loosely translated as and, but often gives a lot of emphasis to the second word connected by it. So sure, translate it as and, but you can also translate it with and so, and yet, and besides, and then. Whichever one of these is correct kind of depends on context and sometimes even just the feeling of the writer, and the full meaning can be untranslatable. So let's see this in action. Catullus again. Vivamos atque amemus. Let us live, and then, with the added emphasis, let us love. And there's Catullus's goodbye to his brother. Ave atque valle. Hail and also farewell. Unlike the et, which can combine unrelated things together, there's a greater sense of connection between the words connected by atque. So Cicero calls certain men honestissimi atque ornatissimi, the most honorable and accomplished men, and the atque shows the intimate connection between these two superlative adjectives. So et can show external connections, while atque can show internal connections. To make an even more close connection, you can add the enclitic quay to the ending of the second word, and this is often used to show things that should be taken together, like mac and cheese or nut and honey, a cereal from when I was growing up, which had commercials centered around horrible puns. What do you want for breakfast? Nut and honey. And let the fun begin. Oh, it was horrible. So the quay is like the and here. It's not emphasized at all, and it connects two things that are more or less parts of a whole. Quay, because it's put at the end of the word, is called an enclitic, which means it's a marker or short word, put at the ends of words to illustrate a bit of grammar. So in English, the apostrophe S is an enclitic that shows possession, the Queen's English. NT is an enclitic that means not. Okay, so in Latin, quay is an enclitic, but at the end of the second word, that means and this word, with a really close connection. The famous SPQR is Senatus Populusque Romanus, the Senate and Roman people, and the grammar shows a close connection between the Senatus and the Populus. It's not just the Senate and Roman people, it's the Senate and Roman people. When Cicero is bragging to the revolutionary Catiline that he knew the precise day of his attack, he calls that day tam atrox tamque incredibilis, so horrible and so incredible. And later he tells Catiline, not only do you do nothing, you try nothing, you think nothing, which not only do I not hear of, triple negative, but also, and here's the Latin, videam plane quae sentiam, do I not see and clearly sense. So here are Latin's three, and there's more, but three is enough for now, ways of showing and. There's et, which shows an external connection with two or more things that may or may not be related. Then there's atque, ac for short, which is used for more closely related terms. And finally, the enclitic quae, placed at the end of the second word and third and so forth, which shows an even tighter connection, like between two parts of a whole. But after all of this discussion, I have to add a disclaimer. Sometimes it seems like Roman authors don't care about these distinctions and used et, atque, and quae interchangeably. So learn the differences, but sometimes it pays to not overanalyze And just remember that these three mean and.